Hey YouTube, I'm really excited about this week's review. I've got 6 different sleeping pads that I'll be testing and demonstrating, covering all sizes, weights, and comfort levels. Definitely watch this before buying your next backpacking sleeping pad. So I've actually purchased these 6 pads. 2 of them I've been using several times and a few of them are brand new. Today we'll be looking at the Nemo Insulated Aircore Ultra in the regular wide size, the Thermarest NeoAir X Lite, the Thermarest NeoAir Uber Lite, the Thermarest ProLite Apex self-inflating sleeping pad in the regular wide size, and finally the Klymit Insulated Static V Lite sleeping pad. I'll be using shorter names during the review, but we'll leave this complete list down in the comments. Now between them we've got comfort pads, we've got budget pads, we've got ultralight pads, long pads, wide pads, all season pads, and all types of valves, sizes, and weights. I'll give you guys some tech specs while I blow each of them up, and then I'll lie down on each one to test for noise and comfort. When we're finished, I'll give you all my recommendations. The Thermarest ProLite is a self-inflating mattress. While it does not inflate fully, it does reduce the number of breaths to fill. The same baffles that help it inflate make it a very firm pad at only 2 inches thick and can present some difficulties in deflation. To combat this, Thermarest includes a compression stuff sack. This model's a regular wide size at 25 inches by 72 inches. Its pack size is large at 13 by 7 inches, however slightly smaller from the regular 20-inch pad at only 11 by 7 inches. It's rugged enough, made of 50D poly, and a warmer 3-season pad with an R value of 4.0. It's also the heaviest of these samples with a weight of 1 3/4 pounds or 790 grams. You can also opt for the regular width and save a few grams as it comes in about 1 1/3 pounds or 624 grams. The Nemo Astro is built for comfort. With its 3.5-inch thickness of loft and its built-in pillow, it is ideal for short backpacking trips. It maintains the regular width of 20-inch and the regular length of 72 inches. Many ultralighters will shy away from the 1.6 pounds or 730 grams weight. It's heavy mainly due to the very durable 75D poly material. You're unlikely to puncture this in the field. The pack size is right in line with the others in this sample at 8.5 inches high and 4 inches in diameter. However, it's only a 3-season pad with an R value of 2.6, one of the lowest in this sample. It takes a while to blow it up too, but it folds up neatly and has a Velcro strap to keep it tight in your pack. The Big Agnes Aircore Ultra sleeping pad is built for the front country and for shorter backcountry trips. The comfort level is high with its 3 1/4 inch loft and its 4.5 R value. However, most ultralighters would never consider a pad that weighs 1 3/4 pounds or a whopping 794 grams. This is the weight as tested for the regular wide pad of 25 inches wide by 72 inches long. You can shave some weight using the regular pad that's only 20 inches wide and 624 grams. Big Agnes also offers a long version. Packed weight is like some of the others, but on the larger side at 8.5 inches by 4 inches diameter. It was very easy to blow up and deflate given its dedicated in-out valves and included pump sack. It's a very nice 4-season pad. The Thermarest NeoAir X Lite can be considered an ultralight pad. It weighs in at 0.8 pounds or 360 grams for the regular pad. We're testing the long wide version and it's a little heavier at 1 pound or 460 grams, but gives an extra 5 inches in the length and 5 inches in the width. To get it that light, it loses some durability as it's made from 30D polyester. The pack dimension is comparable to the bargain pads at 9 inches by 4.6 inches. It's a great 3-season pad with an R value of 4.2, an included stuff sack, and is very quick to inflate and deflate using the new wing lock valve. The Klymit Static V Lite pad stands out from the others in that it has a low cost, smaller pack size, good R value, and lighter weight. It's a 4-season pad that comes as advertised at 1¼ pounds or 565 grams and packs up to 8 inches by 3 inches. The V-shaped baffles have a 2.5-inch thickness, 23-inch width, and 72-inch length. Fairly durable as it's made of 30D poly and reports an R value of 4.4. Interesting valve has a ring inside that can be reversed for easy inflation and deflation. It fills up with a few breaths. Not quite an ultralight pad, but not quite a comfort pad. It comes in one size only and is not available longer or wider than tested. The Thermarest Uberlight is a premier ultralight sleeping pad. We're testing the regular size pad and it is a best in class 250 grams or just over a ½ pound. It's got a very small pack size of 6 inches by 3.6 inches. It has the same dimensions of most other pads, much heavier with a 2.5-inch thickness, 20-inch width, and a 72-inch length. It also has the very nice wing lock valve and pump sack. Where it misses the mark is in durability, as is made of 15D poly and is prone to punctures. It also has the lowest R value of this sample at 2.3, so it's not adequate for cold evenings in the mountains. It does come in the wider and longer options. So hey, while we blew up all those 5 other mattresses, we let the self-inflating one sit on its own here. You can see that it's got a little bit of puff to it, but nowhere near enough to kind of sleep on it. So I'll have to blow the rest of it up by hand. This is a couple seasons old, so it has the classic valve. It doesn't have the wing valve like the other newer Thermarests do. This one also, the classic valve does exhaust while you're blowing in, so it might take a couple different tests to get this thing full. You just turn it closed to tighten it, and there it is. It's about 2 inches thick. The thinnest of the mats we'll review today. And we're ready to go. So hey, first I put all the 3 Thermarest mattresses down back to back. Here we've got the Uberlight, here we've got the X-Lite, and here we've got the ProLite. You can see that the one in the middle, the X-Lite, we did buy the longer version, and you can see that it does have about 5 to 6 inches longer. We're going to lie down on these pads and see how they feel. I can see visibly that the ProLite is definitely about a ½ inch narrower. So let's try these out. First we'll get on this this long one in the middle. Lots of length. Lots of length, and really nice too for a side sleeper. It's nowhere near hitting the ground. If I sit up on this thing, I find that it's got plenty of lift to actually sit on it without bending up around me. Kind of liking this one. Roll over to the Uberlight. Ooh, this one. This one's really crinkly. The fabrics that make it ultra light are also make it very crinkly inside, but not as bad as I've heard. But I could see where that might wake you up in the night. Also, the regular 72-inch length. I'm 6 feet tall, and you can see the pad is just long enough for me. Sit up, I can feel the ground a little bit in this one. Not quite the same loft to this one. Maybe the extra width makes a difference there. Let's try the ProLite. And this one I've slept on before. Field tested many times. I do like it. All the thermarests make it really easy to adjust the loft as you lay on it. So I just twist off the cap and blow a little more air in. Now, this one does feel visibly thinner. Still can't feel the ground when I sit up. This one I know is also really comfortable to kneel, which feels great when you're in the tent getting dressed or something. I don't feel the ground through this pad. Also, the self-inflating does make it a little bit difficult to deflate, but good quality pad. Let's try out the other ones. So hey, here we are with the next three. We've got the Klymit pad, we've got the Big Agnes pad, and we've got the Nemo pad. You can see all three different shapes and colors. The Nemo does the horizontal baffles, the Big Agnes does the vertical baffles, and the Klymit has this combination of side baffles with a V in the middle, which is supposed to make it more comfortable. So we'll try these two on. From visibly noticing them, I mean, we've got the Ultra, the 25 by 72 inch, so you can see visibly that it's wider than the other two. But curiously, there's your 5-inch difference, but I've heard that the Klymit is actually a 23-inch regular pad. It doesn't look visibly thicker than the Nemo. So, questioning whether that 3 inches is legit or not, or if that's just kind of in the material on the side. Now, I've kind of wondered how these things feel, so let's get on them. First, we'll go with the Big Agnes. You can see visibly too that the Big Agnes is 3.5 inch on the outside, but only 3 inches in the middle. So it acts as like a bit of a hammock almost, whereas the Nemo is actually 3.5 inches thick. And the Klymit, of course, is 2.5 inches thick and noticeably thinner than the other two. So let's get on this Big Agnes here. Now, I'd worried with these vertical baffles that they might curl up into me, but don't find that that's the case at all. Sitting nice and flat, even when I get up, not feeling the ground with this big 3-inch loft, 3.25 inch loft. I can see these wider ones on the end kind of keep you from rolling out a little bit. Yeah, loving the extra wide. So, let's try out the Nemo. Now, the Nemo again, it's got a little built-in pillow on it, which makes it really nice to not bring a pillow, or at very least to make sure your pillow doesn't come off the end of the mat. Again, really comfortable, 3.5 inches, but when I sit up, I can feel the ground. These vertical baffles definitely don't allow you, they kind of allow the air to disperse so you can feel the ground when you sit on this thing. And I can know from experience that kneeling on it as well, not a comfortable mat to kneel on while you're getting ready in the morning. Now, this Klymit mat, heard great things about this. Let's give it a try. So, even though it's a little bit thinner than the others, do have the same length. It was a lot quicker to put the air in and to inflate it. Appears to match the comfort of the other two. How's it for side sleepers? Oh yeah. Might being a little thinner, I'm finding for side sleeping, this might be the one. This is definitely those V-shaped baffles keep you up off the ground a lot more. And if I sit up, same. Don't feel the ground underneath me. And a quick kneel. Some support, but definitely can feel the ground a little bit under my knees. What I noticed about the valve when blowing this one up, it's got a little ring inside the valve. So if you push that valve up and out to deflate it, so it acts like a two-way valve, but it's only one valve, which I thought was unique amongst these lots. So let's try the others and see how they compare with these. So hey guys, these are the three I wanted to look at one more time, and I'll tell you why I excluded the others. Of the bargain kind of pads, the Big Agnes to me was superior in that it, even though it was a little heavier than the Astro and a little less durable, it was more comfortable and it had a better R value rating, so a little bit warmer on the ground. Compared to the Thermarest Pro Lite, it was the same weight but packed down to a smaller size, and it also had a superior R value to the Thermarest Pro Lite. Now the Thermarest X Lite is one of the ultralights, but I picked it over the Uber Lite basically because it has a little more durability of a thicker fabric, and it's also got a better R value rating. The low R value of the Uber Lite just won't do in the Rocky Mountains here in Canada. So I'm going to sacrifice the smaller pack size for a little bit more warmth and durability. And the Klymit Pad, frankly, is a good compromise between the two. So if you're price sensitive and the ultralights aren't in your budget and you're comparing a little bit more with the bargain brands, it fits right in the price section. It doesn't have the thicknesses or the comfort of these two mattresses, but it definitely has the right price point. And it also has a superior R value rating to either of these pads, as well as a smaller pack size than both of these pads as well. So a great compromise. So I wanted to see how it matched up one more time with these other two. So first thing I noticed as well is these light colored pads really get dirty fast. I can see this pad was brand new out of the box, and I see I've already dirtied it up quite a bit. So I could see where this bright yellow and even that orange have gotten pretty dirty just in the couple minutes we've done this comparison. So again on this one, I wanted to, I noticed that the noise for sure, it's like sleeping on a chip bag. It's a really noisy pad, but pretty comfortable to lie on your side as well. And of course the longer pad for a guy like me, that's really attractive. This is a nice pad. A little bit noisy, but I think I could bear it. I certainly could sleep through it. Klymit Pad. And these baffles actually make it feel remarkably comfortable. As a compromise, I think I could see myself carrying this out for weekend trips for sure. Now that Big Agnes pad, the one thing that worries me about that is it's 1 3/4 pounds. It's heavy. So the things that we liked about this one make it heavier. The higher R value, the durability, these are the kind of things that make that pad a lot heavier than the ultralights. Man, is it ever comfortable though. I'd say this one might be my first choice for front country camping. This is probably your pad to pack in the car and take with you for the tent camping. But for backpacking, it's a big package and a lot of weight to sacrifice for that comfort. I could see going with either of these other two in your backpack. So hey, in conclusion, Thermarest's new wing lock valve really makes inflating and deflating much simpler, and it's a big improvement over the classic valve we've got on the Pro Lite. The included pump sacks for the Big Agnes, the X Lite, and the Uber Lite, to me, they weren't really helpful. They were way too slow, and they're not worth carrying the extra grams in my backpack. Now, of the ultralight options, the Uber Lite was a clear winner for pack size and weight, but it yielded on durability and warmth. The X-Lite proved to be a great option given it's still under 1 pound and it compares more favorably with the heavier pads on durability and warmth with the R value. Now of the budget pads, the Nemo Astro was the most durable and the thickest. The Thermarest Pro Lite, it's a good overall pad, but it's really prohibitive on the pack size. It's just too big, and it was the same weight, the 1 3/4 pounds, as the Big Agnes. Now the Big Agnes was a great overall pad, really comfortable, high R value, really nice pad, great price point, but that 1 3/4 pounds, if you're backpacking, it's just too heavy. It's a great choice for front country camping, and I could see using it even on a weekend tour trip, just for the comfort. The Klymit pad, it slides right in between all the ultralights and the budget pads. It balances weight, comfort, and warmth with cost, and might be the best choice for an introductory offering if you haven't bought a pad before. Only because it balances a smaller pack size than your budget pads and a little bit lighter weight with a better R value than some of the ultralight pads and a far better price point. So overall, all excellent pads and great choices. Really depends on what your situation is and what you're heading out for. So that's it for this week. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments. You'll find all the specs for all these pads down there as well. And feel free to reach out on social media if you have any questions. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Till next week, I'll see you guys on the trail. It's Papa Steve on the move.